in our world, in the lean world, we create things by, we don't want to push. Does everyone understand the push in traditional manufacturing? You get an order, you push it to the manufacturing floor, right? Creates all sorts of problems. So what we want to do, we want to do pull, and we want to do that by using a Kanban system. So I don't know if Katie's going to get into the world with you guys about level loading, you know, where your spikes, do we really need to have spikes? Because in the manufacturing world, we want to level load the factory. That means we don't want to have this, you know, this. We want to see a nice level loading of the factory. It creates flow, creates non-panic, controls your cash flow, your resources. So you really want to, what we do is, Katie and her team will go out, she'll ask you guys, what do you plan to do next year? You guys give her a forecast, right? So from that forecast, we create a pull system based on Kanban, all right? And by doing that, it allows us to react quicker to pulls when they do happen, because it creates pull based upon what you're selling. And I'll get into that in value stream mapping. All right. These stuff you got to go to. A lot of these things are really deep, and I'm just kind of giving you an overall picture of it all. But it's a lot of stuff involved in this, and setting it up, and getting calculations for your pull systems based on Kanbans, cards, and all that. Does everyone know what a Kanban is? Kanban is a signal. It tells you to do something. So based upon what you guys order, we set up all of our internal Kanban systems to pull from our outside vendors and to pull to manufacturing to do something, buy a card. And we'll get into that later on as we walk through the plan. So after all that, we get all that training about lean manufacturing and everything else. What we try to do is we try to look at what we call a flow thinker. So this begins with marketing, initial contacts, sales orders, quotes, order processing, engineering, drawings, procurement, inventory control, receiving, scheduling, production, and shipping. So what you're trying to do, oh, you can't forget that, right? We all want to get paid. We all want that. So what we're trying to do in the lean principle is to reduce the waste from that to that. You want to. Your organization may start like this before lean, and you're trying to shrink it, and get rid of the waste until you absolutely minimize waste. So work, the calculation for work is value adding and waste is what makes up the definition of work. So what you want to do is you want to eliminate the waste. And you guys can do this in any business, any structure, any type of organization. You look at your systems, you can be surprised what you can eliminate. Value stream mapping is a tool that does that. We'll get into that shit in a bit. And this is where the value stream map is. What is a value stream map? Well, it's an end-to-end business process which delivers a product or services to a customer or customers. The process steps along the way both produce intermediate goal, service information, and reach the primary end. That's a value stream. Okay? Am I boring everybody? No. All right. All right, I want to worry. What is a value stream map? It's a drawing that makes the flow of the material and information visible. Right? We can't get anywhere unless we have a map. How do you get there? I don't know. And people say, what are you doing? I'm doing this. Well, how are you doing that? I don't know. I do this, I do that. Right? So what you want to do is you want to document your process. So, you create pictures of the complete materials, information and flow from the customer request, you order fulfillment. Value stream mapping can be done at the enterprise level. Does everyone know what the enterprise level is? You hear that term? This is an enterprise. This whole organization is enterprise. Okay? So that's what they mean by an enterprise. A lot of times you institute consultants to come into your factory or into your organization, and they come in and it's easier to do manufacturing. That's why I call it lean manufacturing, but really it's lean enterprise. You got to think of the whole organization and how it applies to everything that you do. Okay, what is a current state map, right? So we just talked about value stream mapping. So what do you think a current state map is? Right? The current state of the process is today. So that's all it is. You just want to document what you do today. That's it. Future state map is where you're going to go, right? You want to map it out. Strategy and I based on applying lean principles, right? So you always want to think about the principles when you're doing your future state maps. You don't necessarily have to worry about the principles when you're doing your current state map because it may be really out of control. So when you start to go into your future state map, you want to know all those things about what we talked about in the 8 waste, and you want to apply it. All right, I didn't go through. At the end of this presentation, there's a little card that shows all the different value stream mapping icons, and it's not too clear, but I had this for a training class for the plant, and there's a lot of them. But this one here is basically what happens is you guys, or whoever, sends in or calls or sends in an order to us, and this is what it's showing as an electronic symbol for us to do something. Okay? Oops, wrong one. So it's electronic information flow. That's a symbol that you'll see on every value stream map anywhere in the world. If you see it, that's what that means. So basically what happens, we get an order in, somebody calls, somebody electronically sends an order, and it automatically prints in the back, and we'll go through when we give the tour. I'll show you where this happens. This is Gloria, she's our picker. She takes the order and she picks it. So on the value stream map, I'll show you how that relates on the map. So based upon that, you'll see this symbol. This is a pool symbol, a physical pool. And that's on the map. I'm going to show you what that looks like. So what happens, Gloria again goes to the finished goods shelf and pulls the stock, finished goods stock, and gets ready for shipping. Notice you'll see here, first in, first out. We practiced that. FIFO. This is buffer stock, safety stock, whatever stock you want to call it, but it's inventory dollars. But these are set up based upon our pool systems, so we have enough inventory to ship when the customer orders to ship that day. All right. Now, remember, when the customer demand goes up, it'll show we have to change that. All right. This is a withdrawal Kanban symbol. And you'll see that, what I mean with that on the board out there. We'll walk through that. So what happens is Gloria will pull something from the finished goods inventory that I showed you previously that has a card on it, and she'll bring that back to the board that tells the operation to start doing something again. So there's really no electronic scheduling. It's all done by the visual signal of the Kanban card. And it tells us, let me see if this one's better. So this is the symbol in the value stream map that's a Kanban board. You see these different little cards mean to do something. Actually, that means we have to build that. That means that's in process, and that means we have stock. The symbols here tell us when we're going to get into a little bit of danger about running out of stock, and that's what that means. This is nothing more than a high junket symbol, trying to level load product to be built through the facility. Like you might build one of this, two of this. Next hour you change, you build something else. So that's a high junket theory. We're trying to level load the factory, what I talked about earlier in the schedule, by doing this. And that's what the entire board looks like. So at one glance, I can look and tell what I have in finished goods. I can see what's in process, and I see what's needed to build. Very powerful. And then, of course, we ship it. That's a symbol also in the value stream map. All right. So I cut off a lot of the stuff that's in this because there's lots of them, and I left them out because we'd be here all day. This one on the value stream map is inventory, right? Inventory box. Nasty word, inventory. For me, it's really bad. You love it. I love it. You love it. But you have to carry that as cash, right?
Yes.
You're not sure. You got to turn that into cash to create cash flow.
People turn into cash funds up.
Okay, that's fine. If it's in and out, that's good.
Yeah.
But you don't want to have too much of it. If it sits there, then it's not doing you any good.